In the magnificent words of Edwin Starr, war, yeah, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. I'm getting Rush Hour flashbacks right now, deep divers. In the powerful words of Yoda, fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. And in the wonderful words of Ralph Smart, let love guide you, not fear. And right now, a lot of people can see a war is happening. Not just between Russia and Ukraine, but a war has been happening on this planet. And it's actually a war with ourselves. People are at war with themselves, right? But why do people make war? Why do human beings make war in general? We're going to talk about it because that's the message that came to me, and we got a whole lot to talk about. The cat down the road is just saying peace. That's all we need. Yes, cat down the road. Beautiful deep divers. Another marvelous day. There's no place I'd rather be than with the birds, bees, leaves, and trees. Let me send you some good ass energy. Right. Take that. Breathe with me. Come on. You got to do better than that. Let's breathe in this love and harmony the world needs right about now. Let's go. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. That's better. Raising the frequency. Oh, raising the vibration. Why do people make war? Why do human beings make war? This is a very powerful question to ponder, to go deep into, because war will continue to happen until that question is answered. Socrates said, the unexamined life is not worth living. Therefore, the examined life is worth living. For thousands of years, human beings have been at war with each other, and it continues till this day. But why are human beings in a state of war daily? Peace. That's the solution, right? It's even in my intro. Peace. Oh, yes. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers. We are out here in the heart of nature. So, someone sent me that beautiful message. They're like, Ralph, thank you for your videos. They've been really helping me. But I really want to know. I really want to know, Ralph, why do human beings make war? Like, why is Russia and Ukraine happening? Why are there just so many wars going on? And first and foremost, for a war to happen, there needs to be two sides. And I tell you, don't choose sides, choose love. Slow motion this side. So I'm going to dive deep into this with you. First and foremost, send good energy to Ukraine. Send good energy to that whole region, Russia and Ukraine, because they need a peace treaty. They need peace in that region. But a great war is happening not just with Russia and Ukraine, it's happening amongst ourselves. There's a great war happening in your life. And there's a great battle happening within you. And so long as human beings do not make peace with themselves, there will always be war in the world. We got a whole lot to talk about, and we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? Now, let me tell you this. Millions of refugees have left Ukraine. Their lives have been ruined. Women have lost their lives. Children have lost their lives. Men have lost their lives. War is never a good thing. But why do human beings make war? Well, it starts like this. I'm right, you're wrong. All war is created not because of good and evil. It's created from a belief system. Belief systems create all wars. A belief that what I'm doing is right, and another belief saying what I'm doing is right. Everyone is in their belief system. But also, why human beings make war is because of a belief that this is my country, I have to protect it. I'm defending myself, right? But when you dive deeper, you realize that separation is the greatest illusion ever created. It's one humanity, it's one love, it's all love. But human beings living in this world, we have divided the whole map into my country is better than your country. We have a belief of this. So many people do, that their nationality is superior than someone else's, that this is their land, I own this land. How can you own a piece of land? Doesn't make sense, right? But this is why human beings make war. This is why human beings are in a state of war. And I want to remind you, if you look at Russia and Ukraine, for example, people might ask, why is this war happening? Well, some people might say, Putin is the devil, he's a criminal, he's killing innocent people. That could be a valid argument, right? But then some people might say, well, it's because of NATO's expansion, that Ukraine might join NATO, and that might actually pose a security risk to Russia, and they can't afford to do that, so they have to defend themselves, because their belief, once again, belief is that NATO poses a threat if NATO is on their border. So belief systems create war. Why do human beings make war and not love? Well, many human beings believe in an identity, a persona. I, my. And this is why human beings make war. My, I is the ego. And all wars are created with the ego, not the heart. All wars are created with separation and not unity. When people have only a personal agenda, this is why people make war and why human beings make war. But if people thought in terms of the collective, to say, actually, it's not just about my personal agenda or my personal land, because you can't own land anyway. It's about the collective harmony of the whole planet. There would be no war. But you see, there is war because people believe in my country, my race, my nationality, my land, instead of our land, our one humanity, our world, right? So this is also how to stop all war. Start seeing what is going to help the collective. Right? Right. Why people make war. Why human beings make war. I wrote down in my book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon. Go and check it out. And at ralphsmart.com/thebook. Also, shout out to everyone who's been getting the wonderful Good Ass Prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. I wrote down that Love is the greatest healer. And there is war happening because people have moved away from love. They've moved away from their heart space. They lack compassion, empathy, sensitivity. They have become disconnected, desensitized, and detached from the fellow plight of their fellow human being. And this is why wars happen. When people have a lack of compassion, a lack of empathy, a lack of heart. And therefore, if you want wars to stop, you must embody the love frequency. And if everyone did that, there would be no war. Many wars are made because of continuation. So the millions of Ukrainian refugees, the people who have lost lives in this war, and there are many wars, we'll talk about that later. But if you've lost someone in that situation, you now are full of hate, oftentimes for the other side. Revenge. Vengeance. And this is how the tit for tat happens. How can you forgive the murderer of your son, of your daughter? It's very hard to. So this is how the war continues. Because people think even if there's a peace treaty with Russia and Ukraine, it's going to end. No, it's not. It's going to keep on going because people have lost lives, loved ones. So they have this feeling towards the other side for generations. Also trauma. And this is also another war, which makes people be at war with themselves from trauma of living in this society. The great Krishnamurti said, it is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. This society is sick. This matrix is sick. It screws us all over. At the same time, we're not victims, but this is the war that's happening on us. 7-Day Vegan Challenge. Shout out to everyone who's eating to live. Yes, but there's a war on your health. Right? That's why fast food is so cheap. Because if you are sick, there's profit to be made. There's no profit in the cure. Shout out to Dr. Sabi, who taught me that. There's a war in sound frequencies. A lot of what you're listening to is not helping you evolve. And this is the reason why when we ask this question, why do human beings make war? It is ultimately, essentially, because human beings are at war with themselves. You have a shadow side. All of us do. You see, angels and demons don't exist out there. They exist in here. They are archetypes of who we are. God and the devil are aspects of yourself. This is what the ancients knew. And there's this battle happening inside of ourselves. And if you don't know how to make peace with it, it's going to spill over out there. And that's what we're seeing happen in the world. So this is why human beings make war, because they have not found peace within themselves. People make war because of ego, a false belief that they own land, that this is my land, instead of realizing it's all of ours. Also, greed. That's why human beings make war, because people want to own the whole world for themselves, right? Also, fear. I got to attack you first before you attack me. Fear leads to suffering. It creates war. And that's why I say, let love guide you, not fear. They always need you in a state of fear. And you have to choose love. It's a choice every single day. Why do people make war? Why do human beings make war? Control. That's huge. This is the main reason why human beings make war, to have control. I want to control you. Therefore, I must be at war with you. When you have no desire to control someone else, there is no war. But when you have a desire to control, to be in control, you will always be at war. Also, pride and power, world domination. This is why human beings make war. Psychopaths, giving so much power to one person is dangerous. It leads to war. And this is why human beings make war, because we have externalized our power to a government, one person, and they now say, okay, I'm going to create a war. But if you are a sovereign being unto yourself and make peace within yourself, there is no war. Slow motion this side. Why do human beings make war? Because ignorance is expensive pain. Soldier means soul die. A lot of people in Russia and Ukraine, the people losing their lives are babies, 18 years old, 20 years old, 25 years old. These are young babies. I'm fighting for my country. I hear you. Two sides create the war. Two belief systems create the war. I'm right, you're wrong creates the war. Ignorance creates the war, because the people who are telling you to go and fight, they don't send their own children to go and fight. What? Slow motion this side. So, like Michael Jackson said, like MJ said, all I really want to say is they don't really care about us. The great Krishnamurti also said, have you ever wondered why we have leaders? We should be leading ourselves. And this is why human beings make war. Because we are following people who do not have our best interests at hand, instead of taking responsibility for our own lives. And how we get out of this war, and there are many wars, is to bring back one humanity, is to remind ourselves we are all connected and separation is the greatest illusion. The ego creates war, because the ego can only see through the lenses of separation, never unity. So when you start to see that it's one humanity, and we've all been hoodwinked, bamboozled, tricked to be divided, because that's how the inorganic ones control us, and everything that's happening right now is a distraction to distract you from your true power. You realize, oh, we can stop this by going within, being the change we wish to see in the world, and embracing harmony and love in our own lives. And then just saying, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? There. Beautiful deep divers. I'm just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. Remind yourself, tit for tat, an eye for an eye, and the whole world goes blind. We must all remind ourselves there is a war going on, and it's not happening out there. It's happening in here. And so long as there is war in here, there will always be war out there. So make peace with yourself, deep divers. Leave a comment of love and appreciation down below. Oh, you want me to go live on this topic? Say, go live, Ralph. Peace.